All right, let's do our 2025 predictions for biggest business winner. Freeberg, why don't you start us off? Biggest business winner for 2025. What's your prediction?
So I feel like we're at a really interesting inflection point that is going to make 2025 the year of autonomous hardware or robotics. If 2024 was the year of kind of compute build out and the rollout of AI systems in software, I think 2025 will be the year of the robot.
Chamath Palihapitiya predicts 2025 will be transformative for stablecoins, robotics, and AI. He highlights dollar-denominated stablecoins disrupting traditional payment systems like Visa, with rising transaction volumes and practical business applications. He also sees robotics going mainstream, with affordable autonomous devices like Unrise robots revolutionizing industries from agriculture to security. This marks a key moment for widespread adoption of autonomous systems. Lastly, Chamath emphasizes AI's growing dominance in big businesses, giving larger companies a competitive edge while driving demand for computational power, benefiting chipmakers like Nvidia.
You know, there's a company we just placed an order today, actually, out of China called Unitree. Gavin, have you looked at this company?
Yeah, it's pretty wild, actually.
It's an incredible business, incredible product. So their GO2 robot is $1,600, has an API. Here it is. You can run a payload on it. It's got LiDAR on it. It's got kind of intelligence guidance systems on it. This is the robot system that was used on some of those videos we looked at earlier this year where there were machine guns mounted to the back, and it was basically a new kind of field soldier. It's an autonomous field soldier. But really, you can use it in scientific applications. We're looking at using them in our on our test farms, where it can wander the farm and take images and report data back to us. And it's such a low cost at like less than $3,000. You can do some incredible things with it. So this business just raised a couple $100 million last month from mostly Chinese investors. It's a Chinese company. And I think that there's going to be, other similar type businesses. It kind of takes a long time for things to work, and then all of a sudden they happen faster than you could have ever imagined. I think this is going to be the year where we're all going to look at humanoid robots and autonomous systems and be like, oh my God, I can't believe this is here. So this could be the year of the big rollout. What a good
choice. It's such a great, strong choice for the biggest winner. And I think the quote you're looking for is, how did you go bankrupt? Slowly and then all at once. That's how these technology changes. And man, I would love to have one of these for the ranch to just run around and do the perimeter security.
Sorry, Nick, pull up you guys got to watch this if you haven't seen it. Nick, find the video of the GO2 with the wheels on it, managing terrain.
Oh, yes.
And everyone thought this was a BS video, that it was like CGI, wasn't real, it was AI generated. But like, this thing is just incredible. Here it is. This is a real video of this thing.
Yeah. And it can learn from an LLM too, right? Like a large language model could teach it how to do something. Yeah.
Gavin, is this real? Like,
yeah,
what's your
it's
sense of
absolutely
this?
real. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to get the G1, which is their humanoid robot.
Yeah. So pull up the humanoid. It's really cool.
Yeah.
It's a little more expensive.
Yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, $16,000 is the cost of a used Prius. Let's be honest. That's in spitting distance of being affordable for the middle class. So here's the G1.
Look at this thing. 16 grand. And this thing, you can basically command it to do things for you in your house, or in your factory, or in your workplace.
Oh, come on. I knew you would do it. Oh, come on. I was going to say, maybe we could get a poker dealer. Maybe Bo, I wonder if this thing could deal cards or open wine.
Do you guys remember that robot that was on stage for our All-In Holiday Spectacular? That company?
1X?
So my brother made an observation. He said, as soon as that robot came out, it's like everyone just wanted to abuse it. He's like, humans have this very interesting nature where like the robot emerges and all that humans want to do is like hurt the robot. It's like a very strange revelation of human behavior. Yeah, like it's like, oh, here's something I can dominate. Here's something I can tell it what to do and control it. Well, that's because we're so threatened by it.
We want to make sure that we're the top of the species here, and it doesn't feel like it's going to be for much longer. I mean, these things will kick our ass pretty soon.
Anyway, these things are amazing. I think this is going to be the year of the robots. That's my prediction.
Year of the robots is your prediction. I love it. Gavin, what do you got?
Profoundly agree. I think year of the robots, inclusive of FSD. I think FSD works today, and it's gonna cross into mainstream adoption, where I already notice, particularly if I'm taking an Uber late at night, I really, really prefer to have a Tesla. Just sometimes you get an Uber driver who's tired. And I just feel a lot safer if they have the FSD running. And then obviously using it for yourself is amazing. But I think it's going to continue compounding at an accelerating rate. I think in a lot of ways, what I'd say broadly is, I think for a while, it's going to be big businesses are winners, big businesses that use AI thoughtfully. And the reason is that with what is happening, what O3 showed us, OpenAI's new model, a combination of reasoning and test time compute. Like, I think if you're a big business and you can pay $1 million to let an AI think for 6 weeks about the most important question for your business, that's going to be a profound advantage relative to small businesses that can't afford that. And by the way, we are the other, like, inference compute is going to be the kind of derivative winner of that. We're going to run out of GPUs, accelerators, compute in 2025, the same way we did in 23.
Okay, so you're also long Nvidia and chip makers, Grok, et cetera, because we're finding new uses for all that compute.
Absolutely.
Okay, very good. Chamath, do you have a prediction for your biggest business winner of 2025, sir?
I think the biggest business winner of 2025 are going to be dollar-denominated stablecoins.
Ooh.
I'll make 2 points. In 2024, 2 critical things happened. The first is that stablecoins essentially became uncoupled from crypto volatility, and it started to be used for wholesale useful functions in running businesses. And there's an image here that starts to show that. So independent of crypto volatility, what you saw were stablecoin usage just rising up and to the right. That's an incredibly important decoupling that happened in 2024. The second, and this data is still just trickling in, but it's an incredible stat. Stablecoin usage at the end of the second quarter of 2024 was about 1.1 billion transactions that summed to $8.5 trillion of transaction volume. If you compare that to Visa over the same period, it was more than double Visa's transaction volume. So I think what we have now is something that has fundamentally crossed a point of no return. Similar to how last year I thought that the big trend was going to be Bitcoin in 2024, I would say that the big trend in 25 is stablecoin usage. I think we're going to finally attack the duopoly of Visa and MasterCard. I think you're going to see an innumerable number of use cases that sit and use stablecoin rails. I think when Donald Trump becomes president, I think you're going to see him go after incredibly high credit card transactions and costs. You're already seeing cracks in consumer credit anyways because of these high APRs. All of this stuff is going to come to a head in 2025, I think. And I think stablecoins could quadruple or quintuple by the end of 25.
I don't have to tell you, Jim Cramer is very excited for Jensen Huang of NVIDIA's keynote on Monday.
As we all are, and Sarah, you said it, AI is in the spotlight again, but the stakes this time, they're higher than ever. This is users and investors alike are looking beyond the hype for those real-world applications. Now, the elements are there. As Sarah just said, kicking off the conference is NVIDIA CEO and AI kingmaker himself, Jensen Huang. During his keynote Monday in Vegas, he is likely to give a broad overview of the market and where we are at. Industry watchers, they're expecting a key GPU upgrade with the RTX 5000 series. That's based on the new Blackwell architecture that you've likely heard a lot about. NVIDIA shares are up nearly 7% over just the last session and a bit in anticipation of that keynote. Now, for the industry at large, the pressure is on for actual use cases like agents and devices beyond smart toasters and smart refrigerators, which seem to have become a staple of CES. People want more though, especially as last year's high-profile AI releases, they ultimately underwhelmed. There was the R1 device from Rabbit and the Humane Pin. I don't know if you remember those, but both of them flopped. AI PCs, they were everywhere too, but shipments dipped last year and lackluster growth for the PC industry is expected this year. Now, adding to this sense of urgency is a trend that we talk about often on Tech Check. This idea that advancements in large language models are shifting the market now in a digestion phase where the focus has moved from raw innovation in those LLMs to integration, optimization, and scaling. Investors, they're becoming increasingly wary of ballooning costs tied to bigger and better models. They're looking for ROI in applications. Where better to look than CES? Another key battleground is agents, AI that is capable of thinking and acting on its own to complete tasks. Increasingly, those are being built into existing devices and ecosystems like smartphones, like the iPhone, not through new AI hardware. The last thing that I will note, guys, is that in recent years, CES has lost a little bit of its shine and relevance. Contributing to that has been COVID, the rise of cloud and enterprise software at a consumer conference, and gimmicky or incremental updates versus real groundbreaking innovation. So this year's really an opportunity for CES to revive its role in the age of AI as we get closer to those killer apps. We're still looking for them though. So CES, hopefully will showcase at least where some of those are heading.
2025 is set to be transformative, with robotics, AI, and stablecoins driving major shift. Affordable autonomous robots like Unrise models are revolutionizing industries, while AI empowers businesses with unprecedented computational capabilities, boosting demand for technologies like Nvidia's GPUs. Stablecoins, decoupled from crypto volatility, are disrupting traditional financial systems, surpassing Visa's transaction volume and challenging established networks. These trends raise critical questions. How will society adapt to the integration of advanced robotics and AI? Can stablecoins fully disrupt traditional financial systems and reshape global transactions?